Good morning, everybody, and a happy new year to you all. It's the 6th of January 2025. Can you believe it? It's so lovely to be back. Christmas has been and gone with a swoosh, but it's nice to be back, getting back into a routine. So it's really lovely to be back with you all for Start Your Day with me on my own, but we don't care. We're just going to have an absolute blast this morning. And we've got lots of news because we will be also going live with the TikTok community later on. So let's start with some hellos on YouTube and Facebook this morning. Hello, Ruth Goldenbach. Lovely to see you. Happy New Year. Elsa Hag, good morning to you. I love the picture of your pussycat. Happy New Year. Oh, it's just so nice to be back. Okay. So Richard's been very busy between Christmas and New Year, and we now have the TikTok community with us as well. And we'll be going live onto TikTok in just a moment. Hello, Di. Good morning. Lovely to see you. And of course, Sam B, Happy New Year. So we are going on to TikTok. So this is going to be a new experience. And we're also vertical today. Instead of being our usual horizontal selves, we have gone vertical. So it's all been happening. It really has. Hello, Jan A. Nice to see you. Happy New Year. What's the weather like in Slovakia? I bet it's very, very cold. Hello, Sam B. Nice to see you. Okay. Right, we're just going to pause for a couple of seconds while we go live on TikTok. It's all happening behind the scenes this morning. So just let's pause for a minute while we welcome our TikTok community online too. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, we're on TikTok. It's exciting. Oh gosh, Jan, snowing and -10. Oh, bless you. Well, you wrap up warm and get that fire going. Good morning, Julie Caswell. Happy New Year to you. Oh, it's all exciting, isn't it? Everything's been quiet in my house, but now I'm back and raring to go. So it's really nice to be here. So we've got some news. We've got obviously we've got our lovely Kate May back today, and we have Kiri with her positive affirmations. Good morning, Tracy. There will be messages, of course, throughout the show. So just hang fire and we will be doing messages. But there's lots to tell you before we start the messages, because we've got the new TikTok community with us as well. So I welcome all of TikTok. Um, Richard will be coming on shortly as well, and he's been doing readings along with Deb Clark and Emily Baker over between Christmas and New Year, so that's good. Good morning, Yvonne. Nice to see you. Oh, it's exciting. And hello, Kaylee. Oh, you're all coming on. I'm really excited. So Di's saying Happy New Year to Richard, which is nice. So what else also we're going to be looking at today is I want to hear about your Christmas. I want to hear about your New Year's resolutions. Do you make them? Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? It's the 6th of January. Have you broken any yet? Have you succumbed to the temptation of maybe having a bit of chocolate if you decided to pack it up? But let's find out about what happened to you over Christmas. Was it a good Christmas? Did you have any funny escapades? Did the turkey cook? Did you remember to make the trifle and the Christmas pudding? Just, this is me on my own, along with Richard in the background, but I want you to be interactive with me. I want you to talk to me. And yes, we will be doing readings, but I like a little bit of banter. I like a little bit of chat. So talk to each other, talk to me. Good morning, Elizabeth Jones. Nice to see you on. So talk to me and tell me about your Christmas. Did you enjoy it? Was it all you expected? What happened? So I'm just going to sort of talk to you a little bit about what happened. First, oh, Ruth, I'm so sorry. First one without my mother. That's tough. That's tough. Right. Okay. Okay. So, morning, Natalie Bentley. Nice to see you. We're gonna bring Richard in because the TikTok community don't know me. So Richard is going to come on and have a chat. Oh, Jenna, that's wonderful. Had the best Christmas this year. Brilliant. Lovely Samby, very quiet but beautiful family Christmas. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, we had a power cut Christmas morning, so I was wondering whether I was going to cook my turkey or have ham and salad. So, good morning, Margaret Bennett. Nice to see you. Lovely to see you from Scotland. Okay, so Richard's going to join us. Morning, Richard. Come on in and join the chat.
Good morning, everybody, and a happy new year to everybody here on Spiritual Psychics TV. Hello, Karen. Good morning to you.
Morning, Richard. It's nice to have you with by my side, with your voice this morning, which is wonderful.
With my lovely
Oh, you
online
lovely.
voice. Good evening.
You're like you're
Hello.
like you're like the milk tray man.
Oh, it's we've been going live on TikTok. Hello to everybody on TikTok. It's echoing. Thank you guys for letting me know that's echoing. Let me just sort that out for a moment. I don't understand why I'm echoing. Why am I echoing? Is that any better, guys? For those on TikTok. About Facebook and YouTube, am I echoing on there as well? If you can let me know, that'd be great. No more. Hi, Samantha. I'm just going to say a quick hello to everybody on TikTok. So we've got Samantha, we've got Dawn, we've got Mal, UWU. We've got Liz Ann, hello there. Globly Gok, hello, hi to Helen, still the same. Right, let me see what I can do about this. Melissa, Miss Piggy, hello, Miss Piggy. Just to let everybody know, let me just try and sort out this
It's
feedback,
all
everyone.
okay. It's okay on YouTube, Richard.
Okay on YouTube and okay on
Not on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Not on Facebook. Okay, I've just turned down that. Hopefully that's done the job. Please, hypnotic voice, Richard. Yes, you are in my power. Anyway, it's a really bad echo. I'm not sure why I've got an echo. How about is that working okay? Can you hear me, everybody? Especially on TikTok, guys, can you hear me? You can hear me. That's it now. Right. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you,
Oh, brilliant.
Stace. Good. I'm glad it's all better. Right. Okay. So, welcome and good morning to everybody. We're doing Spiritual Psychics TV. I've having a new sort of facelift. You're going to see some new intros, some new guests and new hosts coming on this year, and also the way we broadcast. I believe, now I could be wrong, but please let me know if I'm wrong or right or whatever the case may be. We are the first channel to be broadcasting on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time.
Woo!
Yeah. So the comments from TikTok, sadly, Karen can't see yet for something's not working on my system. So I hope to get that sorted out as quickly as I possibly can. But hopefully we don't have any issues, excuse me, with the streaming. But for those who are on TikTok, the host that we have on our regular Monday morning is the amazing Karen Wood. So welcome and hello to all the TikTokers. Karen.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here. Yeah, you'll get used to me. You'll get used to me.
Yeah, hi Polly, hi Willow as well, who are coming on TikTok. Guys, we're going to start broadcasting a lot of our shows now on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. I've tried to sort it out so it looks good. I know YouTube, you may be seeing a vertical and not a landscape. Facebook, it should be okay for you guys, and TikTok, it should be okay with you as well with the screen. And you should be able to see the comments and all the bits and pieces on there as well. It is a bit different. It is a first for us, but I hope you like the new format. Karen will be The show we have on a Monday morning for everybody on TikTok is the Spiritual Psychics TV, SPTV, um, morning show, which is hosted by Karen. And so it's all about SBTV, and we bring on guests as well. We have the lovely Kate May, we have the lovely Kiri as well throughout the show. And then Karen does readings as well, mediumship and oracle, and whatever she feels drawn to. But she's also a spiritual advisor and a very knowledgeable lady. So if you have any questions whatsoever, I have no doubt that Karen will be here. I've very rarely come on during these shows because it's down to the host running it. So hence why you don't do that. Hi, Kizzy. Um, and I see we've got Julie Caswell is on TikTok as well. So yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so Karen, I am going to leave you. Hi, Spiritual Talk. Hope you are doing. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to see you on.
Happy New Year.
Oh, can I ask everybody from TikTok? You got Karen's uh, TikTok on screen, which is Karen.wood 940. If you could kindly follow her as well. Hi, AK. That'd be great. Please don't forget to, you know what I'm saying on the people on TikTok. I want your fingers to go numb and bleed. Keep tapping that screen for those likes. Last night we reached over 203,000 people yesterday on the likes and the shares. So it was a record for us. It was great. We had the lovely David Trainer on. So we're going to be doing more and more shows on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube for this year. So anyway, I think that's enough of me gas bagging. Karen, I'm here in the background. If you need me,
Okay.
shout. Hi, Tina.
Okay.
Over to you. But I'd be here to let you know about
Okay.
the comments on TikTok.
Okay, so good morning, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm sorry I can't see your comments on TikTok, but Richard will keep me, he's the voice in my ear, so he will keep me posted. But good morning, Deb Clark. Deb is a wonderful SPTV host. I want to say healing thoughts to Paul Bannister, because he's just said he's laid up in hospital, so get well soon. Hello, Jessica Wynn. Joey, it's such a busy morning this morning, but we are here on the 3 channels, and that is absolutely wonderful. Now, I did see the comments are coming up much faster than usual because the new format, but I did see some Christmas messages about your Christmas and what if you had a good Christmas. And I know Ruth said it was a tough one with the loss of her mum. And I really, my heart goes out to you, Ruth. It's always hard, the first Christmas, first birthday, and anniversary. It's always tough. So we send healing thoughts to you. There was a couple of people that said they had a really, really good Christmas. So that's fantastic. But tell me about some funny stories, because I'm just going to share one with you. But also, can you please share as much as you can on all the channels, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube, because sharing is caring. And for those on TikTok, that's my little saying, sharing is caring. So get sharing, because the more you share, then we'll get some readings done soon on the show as well. Oh, Jessica, mine was extremely lonely and so depressing. I know Christmas is not the festive, happy, ho, ho, ho for everyone, but we're sending you lots of love from SPTV. And I hope things have cheered up for you a little bit now, but our heart goes out for us. We all think it's ho, 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 and it can be. And for me, my highlight was seeing my dog Oscar open his presents. He absolutely adores opening a present, and I always do photos and a little video of him every year. But the morning I woke up on Christmas morning was a bit strange in my house, because Mike, my partner, was working. So it was just me and my son. And good morning, Kat. Happy New Year to you as well. Me and my son sort of had a lazy breakfast, pottered about, just had a bacon sandwich, and then starting to prep the veg, and all of a sudden the power goes out. So I suddenly thought, where's the power? First thing I noticed was the internet went down, the telly went off, And I suddenly was thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do? Luckily enough, it was only off for about half an hour or so. But I went to the fuse box, as you do, checked all the RCD that they were up, and it wasn't a glitch in my system. And then knocked next door to see if they had no power, and they didn't either. So I also felt for the pub across the road because they were cooking umpteen Christmas lunches. So I bet they went into a flat spin as well. So that was my panic. But thank goodness it came back on and I could cook my roast turkey. So that was good. So that's fine, Tina. If you don't do TikTok, you can stay on Facebook or YouTube. And oh, Margaret loves watching her dogs open in their presents. So tell us if you've had any Christmas disasters. Did you forget to turn the oven on? Or did you forget to stuff the turkey? Or did your potatoes go to mash and you had to mash them instead of roast them? So yes, but it was a fun Christmas. It was good. I spent it with the people that I care about. And what's wonderful these days is we can always just get on screens and do video chats and pick up the phone. And the ones that we weren't close to, like some of Mike's family, we did video chats with them, and that was really good. So it was just nice to be. It was just having nice to have a quiet time. So what I also want to know about is your New Year's resolutions. Do you make them? Have you broken them? What are your feelings about them? Do you think they're a waste of time? Does it give you focus? Just put some thoughts out there about what you feel about New Year's resolutions. So, and also, of course, our lovely TikTok community. What do you feel about New Year's resolutions? Do you like them? Do you make them? So have we got any feedback from our tick? It's really weird. I can see the screen, but there's no comments. So okay, okay. Rosangela, lovely to see you. That's fine. That's fine. I am on Tik. Hello, Margie. Lovely to see you. I am on TikTok, people. I have got a page. So please, if you want to uh if you want to come on and like my page, that'd be great. I advertise. I haven't got enough followers yet to go live, but I often put on events and quotes and bits and bobs on and photos and things like that, so you get to know me on my TikTok page too. Good morning, Trevor, and how are you doing this bright morning? So it's nice to see you back. So Rosangela says, give me determination. I will start a meditation group in my house to help and heal people. That's a wonderful idea. That is a wonderful idea. Oh, it looks like I can see something. It's a little bit blurry, but I've got words coming up for TikTok, so that's good. That's good. So, thank you for that beautiful rose, Elizabeth Jones. So Chrissy says, didn't make New Year's resolutions. It's all rubbish. The only thing I stuck to is no washing your clothes on New Year's Day. Absolutely, absolutely, Chrissy. I'm with you there. There's certain times when we have to rest and put our feet up and just watch some telly, play board games, or just completely chill out. Thank you, Myra. Liked and shared. Well done. So Natalie said, I had an intolerance test done before Christmas. And you're all right, are you, Trevor? So, and it burned up until the first of every. So I pray every intention, the universe blesses me with even with the smallest thing, I'd be grateful. Well, that's lovely, Jessica. Do you know what? It's really nice to be grateful for things and to be thankful. And I think in this day and age, we should be thankful. And quite often, I sometimes do a thankful prayer. I give thanks for all the things I have. There's always stuff that we need, there's always things that we want to do. But sometimes I think that time between Christmas and New Year is the time when I call it the limbo time. It's the time where we say goodbye to the old year and welcome in the new. And but we have to sometimes sit and contemplate what's gone on in the old year. There's a custom that my mum always used to do, and I remember this as a child. She would open the back door to let out the old year and open the front door to let in the new. So all these sort of like traditions and they come into play, and I've always remembered that. So during Christmas and New Year, I always just sit and have a think. It's sort of like a little bit of my contemplation time, if you like. And always give thanks for the people I have in my life and the things that I do. Oh, washing on New Year's Day is meant to be bad luck. Really, Chrissy? I didn't know that. So, hello, James Wheatley Bradford. Nice to see you. Um, oh gosh, you were poorly, and there was a chance of you going into hospital. Yes, that was that was never going to happen because of Gavin and Stacey being on. Oh, you're a big Gavin and Stacey fan. Yes, I had a family member in hospital over Christmas, which wasn't good. So it can be tough when that happens. So yeah, so beautiful things to do I never thought of doing. That's awesome. I'll definitely do it on the on the new year. Oh yes, it's meant to wash away a loved one if you do washing on New Year's Eve. Really, Safi? Oh, I didn't know that one. Well, that's an interesting concept, I have to say. But there's lots of these um, old wives' tales or all these sort of superstitions. And Chrissy does the open the doors as well. Yes, it's something that my mum always used to do, and it always used to make me laugh as a child because I used to say, "Why do you do it?" And she said, "It's sort of like a tradition. It's letting go of the old and welcoming in the new." So it's quite interesting, isn't it? So keep us posted, and don't forget on TikTok, sharing is caring. Oh, I can see some comments now, just a little bit. Uh, yeah, I know. I can just about make it out. I'll have to uh get my thicker glasses on, I think. So so Safi says, oh, that's what her friend told her. So Ruth says, traditions are nice. Yeah, they can be. It's nice to have traditions in family. Another one that I always do is like on Christmas Day around the table, I always raise a glass to absent friends. And I don't mean just the ones that are in the spirit world. I mean, the people that can't get to me for a meal, or I can't see them over Christmas. But I just want people to know that they're still in my heart and I still miss them and I still think of them. So Margaret says she opens a window in the front door. Yep, that's sort of that's another one to do. And Sam says that's such a good idea. I've never heard or thought of it either. Well, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. So there you go. So what other things? James has just said, I'm a huge fan of Gavin and Stacey. I like to cut out the dead wood, so to start the new year off on the right terms. Um, oh, Jan, bless your heart. Opening the back door and the front door in these temperatures is not to be recommended. No, not at -10. I don't think I'd do it then either. So, no, you don't. If you fail your New Year's resolution and don't stick to them, people make you feel like a failure. Chrissy, you're not. It's just a guideline. Sometimes resolutions are a guideline. Never feel like you failed. Failure is not an option. You give things a go and you do the best that you can. So Cindy likes the idea of opening the doors and the window. We'll do it next year, so that's good. Do you know what? We do have a lot of pressure put on us. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. As soon as they're telling you to eat Christmas pudding and make creamy custard in one breath, you're being told to sort of go on a diet or join the gym or do chair yoga. It just always amazes me. One minute they're trying to encourage you with one thing, and the next thing they're trying to encourage you with another. So it can be a little bit interesting. That always makes me smile. And also, when you've spent a fortune on Christmas presents and Christmas fare on food, they want you to book a holiday, and think about putting money away. All the adverts, they play with your mind, they really do. So I think we just have to, oh, I don't feel like a failure. I just can do without the lectures. Oh, I get you, Chrissy. I get you. I know. The thing is, what you can do if you make New Year's resolutions, don't tell anybody. Just keep them to yourself. And then you're monitoring yourself, what you're doing. So now we've got lots of people on TikTok, and I can't see all the comments, but I can see some of them. That's a good one. Yes, the Scottish tradition, first footer, dark-haired man bringing coal in at midnight. Yes, that's done at parties, I think. They always invite a dark-haired man to arrive at parties and hogmanay-doos with a piece of coal. So thank you, Tony, for sharing, and Happy New Year to you. Nice to see you. So I can actually see some of the names that I can say hello to. So there's Christine, there's Gobbledygook, there's Melissa. Yeah, there's quite a few. Mamma Mia. It's a little bit blurry. It looks like I've had one too many wines and I can't see it. I know. No, I'm joking, Richard. I'm joking. But you're amazing at all this technology, which, as you will I am not. Although, and I haven't told Richard this, I was very proud of myself. I created two newsletters. What do you think on Canva? What do you think about that, Richard? I created newsletters. So there, yeah. So I did one for a committee that I'm involved with, and I also did one for myself. So what's this Trevor's saying here? Sneeze on Monday, sneeze for danger, sneeze on Tuesday. I mean, I'll have to come back to it because it's jumped. So um, oh, opening the front and oh, hold on. Oh, sneeze for a letter, sneeze on Thursday, something better. Sneeze on Friday, sneeze for woe. Sneeze on Saturday, a journey to go. Sneeze on Sunday, your safety seek. I would amended that to say if you sneeze on a Monday, you'll meet your lover on Tuesday. Oh gosh, all these things. That reminds me of the one where you say Monday's child is fairer face. It's got that sort of rhyme to it. All these old-fashioned rhymes that we do are quite amazing. Well, I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, to see if we can actually play our little clips for you. Because for those of you on TikTok, I'm just going to explain what happens. We have a lovely lady who you probably all are already aware of because she's everywhere because she's so good at her tarot, and that is the lovely Kate May. And she does a recorded little bit for us to tell you about your week ahead with your tarot scope, and she's also an astrologer as well. So she comes on and does a little recorded video. And later on in the show, we also have another lovely lady, which I think that you may be aware of, and that is a lady called Kiri. And she gives us some positive thoughts, some positive way to look at things. So that can also be helpful if you're going through a tough time at the moment, to give you something positive to think about. So I think it's time that we had a little break, if Richard's ready. And all right, hello, Indigo's Oracle. So that's brilliant as well. So we're gonna, hello, Julie, nice to see you. So we're gonna go for a short break while we introduce the absolutely amazing Kate May. And for the first time for 2025, I say the magic words, which are Roland Richard.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to your week ahead tarot predictions with me, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. You can catch me for a reading on www.katemay.co.uk, especially for the 24-hour one and the 12-month one if you want to see what is coming up for you and around you in 2025. Go for the 12-month forecast. Okay, let's have a look. It's the 6th, I believe, 4th, 5th, 6th, 6th of January. This is going to go quick this year, isn't it? Let's have a look. I've already got a vibe which is going on, but I'm not going to share that at the minute. But Aries, my favourite card, the Chariot card. You're overcoming obstacles, getting back on track of things. Family is very important around you at the moment, or your home and family very important at this time this week. But it does feel like there's a need for you to stay focused and not get distracted. You could easily get distracted this week, Aries, and go off track from where your head is at the beginning of the week to where it's at the end of the week. So it's important that you have your goal and you stay focused and determined to reach that goal, because you absolutely can do it as long as you don't get those distractions. And a great sense of positive people coming back into your life. It's like you've gone through the trouble and we're coming into a lot more easier times, but also people around you are getting through things as well. Okay, Taurus, end of difficult times, karmic card, 10 of swords, 10's a completion, Taurus. So it could be a bit of a challenging week on one hand. However, you'll be glad to know that any challenging times are coming to the end. Karmically, Taurus, this is indicating sometimes we need to accept defeat. Sometimes we need to acknowledge that something hasn't worked, not to flog a dead horse, and just to recognize that if we've been let down by someone, it is what it is. So this is a week to just accept that feeling of being maybe literally stabbed in the back, or just that you've been let down, and now it's time to move forward. Time to close a chapter, Taurus, ready to open a new one. No point holding on to anything of the past. We're moving into a new cycle now. Got to let it go. Cancer, no, Gemini. Happy ever after, feeling content, happy, wishes coming true, emotionally feeling content, Gemini. There could be happy plans around you this week. It's also a card for me of this is like the cat's got the cream. So you should be feeling that you're quite pleased with yourself over some results there, and this could be results in any form, but particularly ones that are going to resonate emotionally with you. You should be feeling proud, should be feeling chuffed this week, Gemini. You've overcome a lot emotionally, and as the wish card, this says just be loved, just enjoy it, enjoy this period of satisfaction. Cancer, sharing is caring. So here, if you need some help this week, Cancerians, you're going to get it. If you're feeling a bit generous, you could be helping other people out. There may be a bonus or some offering around you this week, Cancers, as well. It's going to be really important that you do look at your energy, you look at your money this week, Cancer, and make sure that you've got a balance, that you're not just giving, and other people are take, that you get some balance in that. And there may be connections to either charity work or voluntary work that come around you. It's all about balancing your needs and other people's needs, and sharing is caring. Leo, unsettled times, the moon, trust your intuition. Now, you might not know where you're coming, going, after all, Martha, but don't worry. Things of anything of a difficult nature will pass, just like the moon's phases. You could find that you are extra intuitive this week and super heightened in all your psychic abilities there. So you might find there's a bit more that goes bump through the night for you this week, Leo. It is a week of changes, though. That's what I will say. And this could be emotional changes. So you could feel up one minute and down the next. However, by trusting your gut feeling, that's how you're going to ride the waves there. Virgo, Queen of Wands. You've got your shit together, Virgo. You've got everything together around you. You're feeling super organized, super powerful this week. And also I feel there's this sense of a strong lady around you. Like, we've got the Queen of Wands, and sometimes I can feel and lean into that being you, but actually I feel it's someone who's going to be around you, possibly someone who's quite psychic or who has been there, done it, got the t-shirt. They've got experience. That's what I want to talk about, Virgo. So I feel like there could be a lady around you this week that's going to be important for you, who's got experience that can help you navigate a situation or with a decision or choice there. She's good for you. But a week where you're feeling powerful, Virgos, and feeling like that you are in charge of where you're going. Libra, hanging around Libra, it's time to see things from a different point of view this week. You may find that you go back and forth, swing back and forth, and 1 minute you could be feeling this, 1 minute you could be feeling that. But this week, really, it's about seeing things from a different point of view, having to make sacrifices, Libra, and letting go of what's holding you back. Look where you want to be the long term, 2 or 3 years, as opposed to 2 or 3 weeks, Libra. Scorpio. Things are calming down now. A mature older gentleman could come around you this week who's a positive influence, just calms the energy. But also, Scorpio, I'm feeling that you just generally are feeling a little bit more calmer, a bit more settled. I would say don't throw your toys out the pram this week, Scorpio. Make sure that you deal with anything in a mature, calm, sensitive manner. But definitely emotions, I feel, are more in balance with this card. Sagittarius. It's the 10 of Cups. You're feeling happy, satisfied, joy, success. There's some celebrations coming for you this week, particularly around your family. Could be some happy home moves as well, Sagittarius. It's all looking good. What can I say? The 10 of Cups. You've got your cake. You can enjoy it and share it with those others. Happy family news coming this week, Sagittarius, and success. Capricorn. Have patience. You've got the journey ahead of you that knows where you can reach your end goal. You know that you've got, there could be some travel and some movements coming in around you this week as well. But I want to say have patience and do things in moderation. Keep a foot in each camp for the minute is what I'm going to say, Capricorn. Trust your instincts. You might find you've got some new guides coming in around you or some new spiritual influences coming around you this week. So I feel like spiritually you could be like elevated a little bit more this week. So patience is needed because normally when we go through like an elevation of spiritual connection, we that comes after a bit of a downfall. So you may have already had your bit of a bump. Now you're coming out of it and seeing things differently, but still have patience in your time and your energy. It's all about moderation, but you're on your way to get that golden key is what I want to say. And travel. Did I say travel? Travel could come around you, and teachings as well. And Aquarius. Juggling. You're in a good position this week to be able to juggle things, to be able to keep your head above water. There may be some choices and decisions that you need to make on a money or work, material, home level here. Anything to do with material things, we've got choices and decisions around you this week. Aquarians, I want to say prioritize things, you know, either the home and the work or your money, income, outcome. It's all about energy. It's all about prioritizing things, but you can make smart decisions this week, and you are in a position where, again, I feel like Aquarians, you're able to keep your head above water now. You've overcome a rough patch from the last few months. And Pisces. Queen of Wands. Again, I must have 2 of these in this set. Queen of Wands. Pisces, you're feeling a lot more stronger this week, more assertive this week, Pisces. I feel that you're in a better position this week, Pisces, to start leading the way. And through your experience and trust in your intuition, I feel like you're coming out of a patch here. Just more determined. And I feel like you want to have more fun now, Pisces. I feel like we want to talk about excitement, enjoyment, and making things happen. You're actioning things, or you're not just thinking about it and talking about it, but I feel you're more in the mood to make things happen to get you to where you want to be. Have a great week, everyone.
Hello everybody, and I'm back again. Wow, isn't she amazing? All those TikTok viewers, that is our Kate May. She is a wonderful lady. So I hope you enjoyed her scope for the week, which is amazing. So I'm going to tell you what's coming up on SPTV, because that is also what this show is about. I tell people what's coming up on SPTV. I keep you all informed, and then I'm just going to do something different afterwards. I've got some lovely word cards which I'm going to use, and I'm going to give some sort of a little, maybe a positive reading for a few of a few of you. Thank you, Tony. Yes, she is amazing. So that's wonderful. So have you got your... Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's lovely, Sharon. I'm pleased that you enjoyed that. Well, this happens every week, so keep streaming on SPTV. That we're here, Richard, and so all the other hosts, and I'm going to tell you about those hosts now. So tonight at 7 o'clock, we have the amazing Deb Clark. Now, Deb has been with Richard and SPTV since the beginning, and she is a very, very popular medium and a lovely lady as well. So 7 o'clock tonight, we have Deb Clark. There's no show on Tuesday because Richard needs a little bit of a rest, bless him. And so, but on Wednesday, we have Jordan Richards, and that's also at 7 o'clock. So come along to Jordan's show because he gives insights on things. He also does readings, and he also has some guests as well. So then on Thursday, we have another lovely lady, a fellow redhead, called Ashley Oliver. She's the Reverend Ashley Oliver, and she is an amazing card reader and a wonderful lady. And I know that the TikTok community are going to love her as much as the Facebook and YouTube do, because Ashley's been on the channel for quite some time as well. So that is amazing. So that's what's happening this week. So we've got Deb tonight, we have Wednesday with Jordan, and we have Thursday with Ashley Oliver, and they all start at 7 o'clock. And you know, now just this past at half an hour, Richard has managed to clear up the TikTok comments so I can actually read them. I don't feel like I'm losing my sight. So well done, Richard. I have to say you're a little bit of a whiz, aren't you? So that's wonderful. Okay, so to make it fair, I'm going to do a positive card for each channel. So nobody can say I'm not fair. All right. So I'm going to, yes, I know, Tony, that you're you know, up the redheads. That's what I say. We're feisty, but we're lovely. Can't go wrong with a redhead in your life, I have to say. Right. Okay. So I'm going to, can I do the numbers, Richard, on the on YouTube and Facebook? Can I do if I pick a number, is that all right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 All right. Well, I'm gonna start with TikTok because I'm gonna Sharon D. Can I have a card, please? Yes, you can. Okay, you can have my first one. Right. So, okay. Now, these are, I don't know if you can see them, but they're just word cards. And these cards were created by my wonderful tutor and friend, Janet Parker. And they're called Soul Inspiration cards, and they are words. So what I do is I just pick a card and I talk about the words, and we see if it relates to you. So, and what you have to do is you have to tell me yes, no, or you're not sure. But I'm just going to go with the flow here, and I'm going to blend with Sharon D. And Sharon, I want to say to you, the first word I have on my card is insignificant, which is a sort of like strange word. But I want to say that sometimes outwardly, I feel that you're confident. I feel that you know your stuff and you walk your talk. But there's something within you sometimes when you feel a little bit insignificant, like you feel a little bit as if you're a little bit unsure about something, and you're unsure about yourself, and sometimes you don't always trust your instincts on things. And then when something happens in your life to do with a work situation, to do with family, then you realize that you're right, but you always see that you're right after the event. And I just feel that you've got to and it's like a little bit of an insecurity around you, but it's your insecurity. And I feel here that you worry a lot too. But I want to say to you that your instinct and you as a person are incredible, because that's what the another word here says. And I have to say, Sharon, that you're the sort of person that would never big herself up. You wouldn't say, I'm an incredible person. That you sort of keep yourself a little bit introverted sometimes. But I want to just push your confidence. I want you to find your own stride in 2025 and start believing in yourself, because some of the things that you have done and overcome have been incredible. And a lot of people say to me, you are incredible. And I also feel, I don't know if you're a cook, Sharon, but I feel here that you're definitely a nurturer and you definitely look after people. And people do say to you that you're incredible, but you go, oh no, I don't believe that. But I want you to start believing in yourself and realize how wonderful and incredible you are. And I just want to say it's about another word here is I am. And that to me, it's not about the big I am. That tells me about you, that you've got to put yourself first a little bit. You've got to you put others before yourself. So I just feel here that you've just got to start. I just feel here that you've got to start pushing yourself forward. I've just seen that you're not a cook. Okay, let's change that a little bit. But I just want to say you're maybe not a cook, but you've got to start writing the recipe of your own life now. You've got to start writing your own recipe and putting all the ingredients into a pot. Because if you think about that pot, it's empty, but only you can put the ingredients in and stir it up, pop it in the oven and make it work. So that is your positivity. You don't think of yourself as insignificant. You are incredible, and it's about it's about putting yourself first for 2025. So I hope that's helped. Okay. Right. So now it's Facebook's turn. So, okay. Where are we? Right. Margaret. I'm going to go with Margaret. Margaret Bennett. Okay. Um, Trevor's just said create a great big melting pot. That's a good idea, Trevor. Margaret Bennett, I'm going to come to you. So there's there's quite a few words on this card, but what I'm going to say, what I want to look at is, Margaret, would you understand where either you or someone around you have been avoiding something? I feel sometimes you've been putting your head in the sand. You sometimes put your head in the sand over like family situations and things like that. And I feel that when there's something that sort of like you don't want to deal with, you put your head in the sand. But I feel that over the past couple of months, you've had to sort of lift your head up and you've had to sort of look things straight in the eye and deal with things. And I have to say, the other word I've got here is ability. And I feel that you have got more ability than you give yourself credit for. And I feel that there's this strength building within you. And I feel that you're starting to look at things in a different way. And I feel that there must have been um, some grief or some upset that you're just trying to come to terms with. And I want to say to you that any upset, any grief, be it somebody going to the spirit world or the end of something, takes time to get over. So I just feel here that you've got more ability than you give yourself credit for. And I feel that you're a very creative lady because I'm wiggling my fingers here. So I feel that you can turn your hand to things. And I want to also say that you can be quite calm in certain situations. And I feel that you've got this calm and this grace within you. And I just feel that people do turn to you when they need a listening ear because you are a fantastic listener. And you listen to so many people within the family, but also with it friends. And I feel strangers as too. You're the sort of lady that would be standing in a queue or a bus stop or something, and people would just start talking to you because they trust you. And you just have got a lot of inner strength within you. And I just want to be drawn. There's the word angel here. And I feel that over Christmas, you have a particular Christmas ornament that always comes out every year, like an angel or something that is very precious to you that somebody that you cared about greatly gave you. And I feel that when you put your Christmas ornaments away, as you're probably maybe doing, as you did yesterday or today, you look at them and each of them has a significant memory because you hold your memories. You take things to heart. You're very much a lady that never forgets and always remembered. Brilliant. You lost your husband 9 years ago and now starting. Well, do you know what? He wouldn't want you. He'd want you to live on because I just feel here that okay, as you said that, let me just I've got two people here from the world of spirit, and I know one of them is a lady, and I feel that this is your mum, but there's also a gentleman that steps forward, and I know that he had a cracking sense of humor and a cheeky smile, and I feel that they both of these people from the world of spirit are so proud of you because they want you to keep moving forward. And I feel they've been watching you at Christmas when you're on your own. I feel that, you can be the life and soul when you need to be, but you also like your time when you can be reflective and you can think about things and you take things to heart. And you're also very grateful for the support that you've had, and he is also very grateful because I know that there's a couple of people around you that have been giving you a lot of support. And he's so, so proud because there's a young gentleman and a lady that have sort of like, I don't know, it's like they've stepped up, he's saying, they've stepped up and they realize what an angel you are and how valuable life is, and also how valuable family is, because I feel that the family has come together to help you. And to also, I think this Christmas, you spoke actually about him and you didn't cry. You spoke with a smile because it's getting easier for you to talk about him. And I have to say that he's absolutely over the moon because I just feel that the two of you, when you were together, you laughed a lot. There was a lot of banter between the two of you, and that's what he wants to continue. And I feel here that he was also very good with the one-liners, a bit cheeky, come out. And you two, I just feel that you knew what each other was thinking as well. So remember that you have a fantastic ability within you, and you're his angel. I feel that you're his angel and you always will be. And he wants you to keep moving forward and live the best life that you can. And he wants to send love to the family as well. So there you go. Now, this one is for YouTube. Okay. So who? Okay. Okay. Richard's just given me a bit of information here. We are streaming. Are you ready for this, people? To Facebook, to YouTube, and to TikTok all at the same time. So you might not see all your comments, but look for your name. It must be an absolute sort of like hive of activity in Richard's house because he's probably got umpteen screens and everything. It's probably like the BBC or something, what goes on. He's got 5 screens in his house. So I don't know how he does it because I can just cope with one screen. So he's working really hard to keep everything clear. I can actually see TikTok, and I can see the comments from YouTube and Facebook. So it's YouTube's turn now because we have to be fair, people. We have to be fair. And remember to keep sharing because sharing is caring. So, okay, so who have we got on YouTube, Richard? Right. Okay, I'll go to Jessica because she shared and cared. Bless her heart. So I'll go to Jessica. And don't worry, you all get a turn. Well, not all of you, but okay. So we got Sam B here. So thank you, Jessica, for sharing and caring. So Jessica, I'm going to work with you. So I just feel, Jessica, right, okay, let's just see. Now I am aware of spirit drawing close to me, but I'm just going to work with you just for the moment here. Um, I just feel here that the first word I'm drawn to on this card, it's all the G's today for you, goals. I feel that you need to look at different goals for 2025. And I feel that when you're thinking about goals with you, it's like you're a bit like me. Your head goes to a bit of a mush and you're thinking about, and all of a sudden, it's like I can't think about goals, I can't deal with things at the moment, and then you end up maybe putting everything to one side. But I feel that you really there's something within you that that there's definitely a determination streak within you, Jessica. And I know that there's been sadness and things around you, but I feel that you've got to have a little bit of determination, a little bit of structure, so that you can achieve those goals. Because I feel in the past, and there's another word here, which is guilt. And I feel that you have guilt within yourself because you don't get as much done, you don't get your goals done, and you feel as if, oh, and there's part of you that wants to give up. But I'm saying don't give up because there's a gentleman here that steps forward who I feel loves you very much. Now, I'm not 100% sure, and I'm going to be honest, whether it's father or grandfather here, but I just know that um, this gentleman has stepped forward, and I feel that he was very close to you when you were a youngster, and I feel that he helped you, and I feel you would. He's talking about going to the park, so I know you and him would have gone to the park, and he would have pushed you on the street swings, or you would have walked around the park together. And I feel also that he's got a lovely calming presence, a lovely calming voice as well. So I know it's like I don't have any purpose, but I'm trying to find some. And that's because your head is a little bit all over the place. But I think you've got to realize what you have inside you. And I think you've got to think about that wonderful spark that you have inside you. But also the word games here pops up. And I feel here that this gentleman, you would have played board games with this gentleman, but also games says to me fun and laughter. So I also feel that you've got to sort of find that little bit of fun in your life once again. You've got to sort of don't think about, oh, I can't do it. But I know you've got a lot of guilt. I don't know where to start or which way to go. My dad or I just feel that it's granddad, actually. I just feel that it's granddad. And I feel that I just feel that they're trying to help you. I feel that they're trying to help you. This gentleman is an older gentleman, so that I know that it's granddad. And I also know that you've got quite a few people in the spirit world, but granddad is here, and it's like he's holding your hand to say that he's got you. And because I feel that he would have held your hand and walked with you when he was here. Now, I also know that this gentleman would have had some chest issues, and I feel that towards the end, he's breathing. I've got some issues with my lungs. I feel that there was some issues like with fluid within the lungs here. And I just also feel that he's just stepping forward, and he just doesn't want you to be on your own. He wants you to think about another word here, which I've got on my card, gift. And I'm going to extend that to say gifts. So I want you to think about the gifts that you have that you can offer to others, the gifts that you have within you, the gifts of friendship, the gift of kindness. And that's okay because he's just bringing that as a memory so that you know it's him, that he held your hand a lot. So he's just giving you that support because he realizes that. I know this might sound a little bit odd, Jessica, but do you sort of like talk to yourself a little bit and give yourself a little bit of a talking to? Right, I'm going to try and do this today, and I must get this. It's like you talk to yourself, making yourself lists and sorting things out. And I just feel that they're laughing about that because they listen to you when you're having a little chat to yourself. But your granddad, I feel, was a very structured man, and I know you said you didn't know him very well, but I just feel that he's just sort of coming in, and he just wants to be with you at this time. Would you also understand the board games? Because I know that you played board games as a family. And I feel there was lots of fun going on here. And I don't know if you had the game sort of, oh gosh, like a game like Mousetrap or something that went round like a spiral game, and everybody used to laugh when it used to fall down, some sort of spiral game or something that used to fall down. And I've also got the game Operation, where you have to take the bit where you have to take the bits out, and it buzzes when you hit something. So I just feel there was a lot of board games around when you were younger, and he's just bringing that as a memory link. And I do feel that you're also thinking about a little bit of study or reading to try and expand your knowledge. And he's saying go for it, read, expand your knowledge, do the things that you want to do. And they're just coming with a lot of love, and he wants you to realize that you have got a lot more than you think you have. You've got gifts. You've got gifts to be shared. You've got capabilities. You've got abilities. You think about you're there for people. You're kind. You're supportive. You regain a lot of knowledge. Oh, you chew on your lip and talk to yourself. Well, he knows what you've been up to. So he's saying, but you know, stand firm and trust your own instincts. Trust your own instincts and take his love. And thank you for your lovely comments there. So thank you. And I hope that helped, Jessica. Okay. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a break there. So everyone, that's I'm going to do some more in a minute. It's nice to be on here. It really is. I hope to have some guests joining me as well. I've sent some invites out to some mates of mine to come and talk to you all. And so Jessica remembers playing those games when she was a kid. And yes, that's brilliant. Well done, Jessica. Keep us posted on how you get on with that study. And remember that you've got the SPTV family here to give you that support as well, because what was always amazes me is the support and friendship we get on SPTV. Now, for those of you that are on TikTok, and this is your first time on the morning show, we always like to support each other, and we always like to give that person, we send healing, we talk, if somebody's doing something, everybody talks to each other. And what's also amazing is sometimes we always end up talking about food. Now, Richard cooks and I cook. Richard's a bit of a baker, and I started baking again after a 20-year break last year rather. And so, but also the SPTV family also talk about food. And
We
because
love
I am a bit
food.
of we love food. And because I am a bit of a foodie, quite often the spirit world will use that with me. Richard, can you pop on a minute? Because I just want to tell you
Yeah,
something
pop on. I just want to
you
quickly
can
say
pop
hello
on.
to Aggie. Hi, Aggie. Nice to see you
Hello,
back.
Aggie. Hello, Aggie. Nice to see you.
Yeah, go for it. What's
I
the question?
I've got to say, Richard, this is interesting. Now, I love a bit of a binge watch series, and a medical series and a legal series and thrillers and things like that. And I like the soaps as well. But I've got into these medical series recently, and I've been watching things. Well, I've watched Grey's Anatomy for years. I've watched The Resident on Netflix and what have you. But do you know what? People always laugh at me because I do love the TV and I do love films. But it's really sort of helped with my connection with my mediumship, because I've been watching lots of operations. So, and the spirit world are using all that information that I have in my head to give better understandings about passing conditions, about medical stuff. And it's really been quite amazing. So, and also food as well, because I've started baking, and you're a bit of a baker, aren't you?
Oh, I love
Um,
baking. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So, I'm talking about all the different cakes that people bake and things like that, or used to bake, and all the memories of my mum and my nan and all the stuff they used to make. So it's interesting for those of you that are mediums, that are readers. you know, you can use all that information is there, and the spirit world definitely tap in to that information when you're giving a reading. So it's quite interesting. So you don't have to be, you know, the fountain of all knowledge. They will use all the things that you have within you, all the things that you do, to bring out the information and the story of the communicators. So I just find that fascinating how they do that, you know.
But it's because you're
So
sharing that knowledge that you've gained. You may have a lot of spiritual knowledge, but you may
yeah.
not have a lot of, I'm not saying you in general, I'm just saying the overall, but you may not have general knowledge, if that makes
Mm,
any sense. And the
mm,
more knowledge that you gain, the more spirit can use, as you're well
yeah,
aware. Because if
yeah,
you're feeling a certain illness, and then spirit gives you this illness, you can sympathize and understand what the recipient is going through.
mm,
So you,
mm,
even though you may be an empath or a psychic or a medium, but if spirit can put that upon you, you can then understand, and then you can then talk to that person on a way in which they would understand. That's
mm,
how I
mm,
believe. That's how I see it.
absolutely. I just want to say hello to Viv because she said it's her first time watching. So welcome, Viv. It's nice to have you on. So, and we've got lots of people on TikTok as well. We've got
Yep.
Melissa Sharmo 6,
Shaggy is
Jamie
here. Jamie
Jamie
Lee,
Jamie Lee. We've
Michaela.
got the do you know what always fascinates me? All the names are very different on TikTok. Gloria, Rachel, Amy, all the names. Lots of people have like cool signs on or different names on
Yeah,
TikTok.
they do. Yeah. It's a
This
nice
is
comment
quite
from Nixie
fascinating.
there. Nixie's saying, I'm new to SBTV in the last 3 days on TikTok. First morning seeing live and you finding comfort from it.
Oh,
Uh,
bless you, Nixie. That's
yeah.
lovely. Thank you for that. And Sharm's saying it's her first time as well. And Michaela is a newbie too. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's really nice. Well, a very warm welcome. And you know what? This is my first time on TikTok. So I'm a newbie as a live reader on TikTok too. And so we're all newbies together.
Yeah. And don't
So
forget the
that's
people on TikTok, please keep getting your fingers numb and bleeding. We want you to keep tapping that screen for all those love hearts and likes and so forth. And that's for everybody else on all the other social media. This is our first time we have broadcast on TikTok,
yes.
YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. So if you see things moving around on the screen, like Karen might be moving, or the lower with the little bar you see with the writing on, it's called a lower third. So if you see that move, that's
Mhm.
me messing about trying to get everything looking right on all three platforms. I love to play.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know. Do you know what, Richard? I wouldn't have your job for all the tea in China. I
I
have
love
to
it.
say, I really wouldn't. I know you love it. I know you love it, but it would just literally do my head in. I can see you moving everything around. I'm thinking, oh my God, that would freak me out doing that live.
I'm going to explain
Um,
to you then what I see. Okay.
well, go on
I've
then.
got 5 monitors. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll say 4, and then the fifth one is my iPad, where how I look at all the comments. So the
Yeah.
first one is the streaming software that allows me to stream to all the platforms at the same time. The one above
Mm-hmm.
that one are all the comments that you see from Zoom. So you got left hand side, you got Facebook, right hand side, you've got TikTok, we've got a clock, we can see the live output as well, and then we can see the inputs from those when we have guests coming on. Then we have TikTok in the middle, which I use something called TikTok Live Studio that allows me to broadcast onto there. The right hand side is all the comments combined just for me. So I can control them by clicking on a comment and then sending it to, as we call it, the presenters window. So they can
Mm-hmm.
see all the comments, like Trevor's
Mm-hmm.
comment coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's, and then I'll say TikTok is, I make sure, sorry, the iPad is to make sure everything's streaming, looking good on there. Then I have my iPhone and my Android phone, so I can look on there to make sure all looks good on them at the same time. So
Oh my goodness. It's like NASA. It's
probably a bit more
NASA.
than advanced than NASA, to be honest with you, but there you go.
It's NASA in Richard's house. It's all happening. You know, you ought to get what's his name, Kevin Bacon, round on EE and say, right, we're in Richard's house and all these things are happening.
I think if
Uh,
I had a friend come round the other day, and I said to him, "Look, I'm just about to go live." He was going anyway. I said, "Look, if you want, you can see how I work." And he stood there and he looked at it and he just went, "Nah, I can't be done with this." And I said, "Yeah, but you're an accountant. You have like four windows, four monitors with all your accounts." He said, "Yeah, but this is things are moving all over the place. You got people
oh
talking, you
God.
got graphics here." And I said, "I didn't forget out." So I
Oh,
said,
I don't know. I don't
but
know.
I enjoy
And
it.
And of course, if everybody wants to, if just for a change, I'm just saying, if people on Facebook and YouTube want to pop onto TikTok just to see what it's like, it is an experience. So come and I'm actually on there now. If I can get on there, anybody can get on there because I suppose I'm not as bad as some friends that are really technophobes, but I've learned a lot since being on SPTV. I've done 2 newsletters. I create posters and things like that, but I'm
Well done. Should be proud
nowhere
of yourself.
I'm nowhere in Richard's league. But I have to say, some people can't even still. I've got friends that can't even do a video call, so I feel quite proud of myself that I do bits and
You
bobs.
should do.
So
But
there you
please
are.
don't forget to follow Karen if you're on TikTok. It's Karen.wood940 as well. So, but we're going to be doing more and more live shows like this on TikTok as well. But we do most of our shows from 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to start doing the 7 p.m. shows on TikTok as well. But all
Oh,
we need, because we do this 100% free, but if you do want a private one-to-one reading, you can book Karen or speak to Karen about doing private bookings or book her for church events or charity events as well. So all the people on SBTV offer their free time. So Karen, I want to say thank you once again for supporting our channel, our little family we have here. Without people like you, we couldn't do what we do. For me, I'm really gratefully appreciated what the work you do, and I'm guessing the viewers do as well because we do it all for free, and I know time is precious.
absolutely.
So
It
thank
is.
you from the
It
bottom of
is.
my heart.
Oh, well, I love being on SPTV. It's, when I first came on during COVID, it was lovely. And I've always supported the channel since, I think we worked out, was it November 2020 or
Something like that. Yeah, you came on
2021?
originally
Yeah,
as a guest originally.
that's right. That's right. I came
Yeah.
on a guest with Bill Hughes, and then, but I've always been, and then of course I joined, or well over a year ago on on the morning show. So it's lovely. It's lovely, and started off with Nick, and of course last year we also had Chris, but now I'm going solo. But I will be having guests as to come on as well. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So I think it's time now for our second little segment.
Before we do
And
that,
that,
Karen, sorry,
okay, yeah,
Michaela's just asked on TikTok, has asked a question. I'll read it out if you want to answer it.
okay, yeah.
Can I ask a question? How long after the passing of a loved one do you usually come through to you?
It can be any time, Michaela. Some people come through instantly. I know I've heard stories where people have passed over and they go and visit somebody and say, I've passed over to the spirit world. In fact, when I was at the Arthur Findlay College, I used to study at the Arthur Findlay College, and somebody came through, and the person that was there knew that they were poorly, but they actually came through during the service to let that person know they'd passed a spirit because they were away from home, and so they came through first before they'd actually got um, the confirmation from family members. So it can be any time. It depends on the person, depends on the situation. If you can imagine, if you've got somebody that likes to sort of, keep people informed, or they'll come through as quickly as they want to. I know sometimes some people say, oh, it's this long, it's that long. It isn't. It depends on the person, it depends on the circumstances. The spirit world are also very mindful of you, the recipients, as people. And it was a long time before I got a message in church. But I realise now, looking back, that I needed to understand this how the religion of spiritualism and how messages worked. And also, I was a bit of a skeptic. So if somebody had come through and just given me some random bits of information, I wouldn't have believed it. So when I got my really, what I call my clarification message, it was full of evidence. And it really confirmed my belief in life after death. So it can be any time. So you just, and also, you can remember, we can send out thoughts to the spirit world. We can say, I just want to know if you're okay. Just let me know. And they will send, they may send a sign, or they may come through a medium. So it can be anytime, anytime. So there's no
Uh,
time. There's no time.
and Nixie was saying, can grief block messages getting through?
Well, no, I don't think it can really, because sometimes it's not grief that can block. There's it depends how it's lovely if the recipients are open to the spirit world coming through. But I would say to anybody, and I mean this sincerely, when you go for a reading with any medium, um, go with an open mind. But also, all you have to do is yes, no, or you don't know. Allow that medium to bring through the evidence of the communicator and the feeling and the essence and the story of that communicator, because that's important. So sometimes, 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 you know, I wouldn't say go there and sit there and say, oh, I only want to hear from one person. You've got to have an open mind, because who we think is going to come through is not necessarily who will come through. So, for instance, that clarification reading that I received was from my grandfather, who I never knew, but he gave so much evidence about, I didn't know him personally, but I knew a lot about him. And the evidence that came through was also for me, but it was also for my mum. And my mum was supposed to go to church with me that night, but she didn't, because she wasn't very well herself. So the messages were all written down, and I took the message home, and my mum clarified the other parts that I couldn't take. When I saw my mum's face light up that she'd received a message from her dad, it absolutely, filled my heart with joy. So I think that's also important. But I would say, if you go, trust your instincts, go when you feel ready. Don't let anybody force you to go for a reading. If you hesitate, don't do it. Wait until it's the right time. It's got to be right for you. So be your own monitor on that. Um, you don't have to, if you've lost somebody on the Tuesday, you don't have to be queuing up to see a medium on the Wednesday. You need to process great grief. Grief takes time, and there's no limit on that time. And don't say to, if people say, oh, you should be over that now, that's rubbish, because everybody takes their own time to process grief. It can take years. It can, it depends on the individual. It's an individual's journey. And especially if there's things going on with the family where you've got to deal with the what I call the material parts of grief, um, to do with all the probate, to do with all the closing of bank accounts, sorting out the houses, all those memories can pull at your heartstrings. You know, birthdays, anniversaries, and sometimes that grief can come up and slap you in the face when you least expect it. You think you're okay, and then you might hear a song, you might pick up a book, or a memory might come into your mind. I could never look at a Mother's Day card in a shop after my mum passed, because it still hurt me. And I still used to have to go in and buy a Mother's Day card and a grandmother's day card for my son, and also for my ex-husband, because my ex-husband would never go out and buy his own Mother's Day card for his mother. I did it. But even when I lost my mum, I still did it. But it was hard to read all those wonderful verses and remember all the Mother's Day cards and all the flowers that I sent my mum. So, but just take baby steps where grief is concerned, in your own time. That's my advice to you. So I hope that's helped. I hope that's helped.
Thank you,
Okay.
Karen. If we can ask everybody as well to send out some healing for I've just been, can you please send healing and prayers to my friend Margaret, who's going for an operation today? And that's from Mandy on TikTok. So if everybody can send out those thoughts, I have to. Anyway,
Absolutely.
back to you.
Absolutely. Right. So
I'll go back
now,
in the corner. You can carry on.
okay. So now we're going to have a little break because we have on this show, we have another lovely lady that comes on to do a recorded segment, and that is a lovely lady called Kiri. Now, for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, you will remember last year Kiri came on as a guest, and she was really well received. So Richard asked her if she'd do a slot, positive affirmation slot, on the show every week. So she's recorded her slot. So I'm now going to say to Richard for the second time, so that we can all listen to Kerry's thoughts. Roll them, Richard, please.
Hi there, I'm Kiri and welcome back to Positive 5. It's the podcast where I'm going to be sharing some little activities that I get up to, some things I like doing that just help boost my mood and in turn can help with my mental health and well-being and just keep me that little bit more positive in life. And the good thing is it's only 5 minutes, so it's not much time to invest in you. So have a little listen, let me know what you think. And today's episode is all about learning a new skill or taking up a new hobby. So I love this idea. And I recently took up learning to be a radio host. I absolutely love it. I've always wanted to do it. So I phoned up my local radio station, Hot Radio in Poole, and I went along, did some shadowing. That's what we have to do when you learn a new skill, learn what they're doing first. Then I put it into practice, eventually got my own show on a Sunday afternoon, and it's been such an amazing skill to learn. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. It's definitely hard when you're first starting learning a new skill or taking up a new hobby, because if you've never done it before, it's going to be challenging. But that's what's good about it, because it's so rewarding and such a feeling of accomplishment after that sort of 2-hour show that I've done, where I'm learning about all the different technical things. I've got to remember to get all the timings right, press all the right buttons, deliver some interesting content. It's a bit like, is it tapping your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time? It's that double sort of activity that's really hard to do at the same time, unless, of course, you practice. But that is a good thing about doing a new hobby. It's challenging, but it's really, really fun as well. I also feel like I'm volunteering my time. Some hobbies you can maybe work at a farm or work in a charity shop, and you're still learning something, but you're volunteering your time at the same time. So I feel like I'm doing that a little bit. So I'm giving back to the community as a community radio station that I work for, and the podcast as well. That is all about learning new technical skills and putting it all together. So I've absolutely loved it. But yeah, it's time for me as well. It's that sort of Sunday afternoon time. The kids aren't really doing a lot and we've been to the clubs, and it's that sort of playtime for me. The importance of play, we know, is really good for kids, but it's also really good for adults too. But I suppose that's a whole new podcast. It's really, really good for our brains when we learn a new skill. It's a brain workout because we're developing this new skill, we're learning new things, and we're actually creating these sort of neural pathways and new connections in our brain, which helps keep our brains healthier and younger for longer. And science says that it could help us live a little bit longer and a little bit healthier as well when we're learning new things as we get older. So it's definitely good to keep our brains challenged. You don't have to start doing maths puzzles. You can do whatever you want to help keep your brains challenged. It's got to be something you enjoy as well. It's also really good for our stress levels. It helps calm the fight or flight response, because we're sort of focusing on that one thing and we're learning this one thing. We're putting our energy into learning this new skill. So it actually calms us down, believe it or not. Because it's almost like mindfulness when you're just focusing on that. You're not multitasking, you're not juggling a million things. When I'm in the studio, I'm just thinking about that and just thinking about how I'm going to do the show really well and not thinking about the housework, what we're having for dinner when I get home. So it's a nice calming and stress relieving thing to do, a bit like therapy in a way, because you're really just focusing on something for you. And you can do anything. I've obviously learned how to do the radio, the podcast, but a friend of mine is doing calligraphy, and another friend, she's actually turned it into a business as well, which is brilliant. And another friend's doing crocheting. And if you do something you love, which my friends do, it releases that feel-good dopamine hormone too. Physical activities are good because you obviously get the physical benefits. But yeah, try anything. And most importantly, this is the most important bit, it's never too late to learn a new hobby and learn a new skill. You can be 40, 30, 50, 60, 70 or 80. Just get started on something. Don't think, oh, I'm too old, my brain doesn't work as it used to. I don't think I can do it. Just start small and you'll be really surprised, and just give yourself a chance. It's definitely not too late. It's so beneficial for us now, but also so beneficial for us as we get older, because it helps our brains that are probably naturally declining as we get older. It helps prevent that. So it's brilliant. And we obviously all love a break from the norm. A change is as good as a rest, as my mum says. So have a think about what you might want to learn. Take up a new hobby, get started, start small as always, and I'm sure you'll get addicted to it. Let me know how you get on. I'd love to know. Right, I'll be back next week as always, and thanks so much for listening.
Hello again, everybody. Oh, Kiri, did you like her on TikTok? She's lovely. We've had her a few weeks on Facebook and YouTube, so our lovely family there are used to her, and she's such a lovely lady. So thank you, Kiri, for that insight for the week for everybody. I'm sure that will give you all something to think about. So, oh gosh, do you know what? It's Technology Monday today. I have to say, it's just been absolutely amazing. Now, just a little bit of information for our TikTokers. You can, on YouTube and Facebook, you can watch this show again. So you can always click on it and watch it because it's saved. But unfortunately, we know it's not on TikTok. It's not saved because it's live straight away. But if you want to watch it again, or you want to, perhaps if you received a reading and you just want to listen to it again, then you can go onto YouTube or Facebook to do that. So YouTube, SBTV has its channel on Facebook, on YouTube, and Facebook, it has its page on Facebook. So all you have to do is, I think Richard had put it in the comments, so you know where to go to have a look. So there you go. Anyway, you know, and also Richard's just told me that I am the first host on SPTV to stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So that's a first. So I'm going to have to put that on my simultaneously. So I'm going to put that on my socials because that's quite an achievement, I think. Gosh, I don't know. It's all happening. Creating newsletters, going live on 3 channels. Oh dear, I don't know. I'm going to have a large cup of tea, I think, after all this, because it's absolutely amazing. No, Richard, I won't tell you people what he just said, but I've just told him, no, that's naughty. You mustn't do that. Oh dear. Okay, so let's go back to my lovely word cards, shall we? And let's do some more readings. Right, I'm going to split the pack. Right, okay. Right, oh, that's a good one. I like that one. What's this one? There we go. Oh, right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to TikTok. So I'm just going to, right, okay. I need a little drink here. Right, okay. So Pink's just joined. Marjorie's saying morning. Okay. I know somebody's been putting up quite a lot of comments and they've shared and liked and what have you. And that's Sharm06. So Sharm, I'm gonna work with you, please, as I've seen you've been very interactive from what I can see on on TikTok. So and the cards I've chosen, it's all the H's. So we've got happiness, heaven, hesitation, healer, and home. So I'm going to go with the first one that I was drawn to with you, Sean, and that is hesitation. Now, I feel that there's something that you're sort of thinking about here. And I don't predict, I'm not a prediction type reader, but I just feel here, Sean, if you can let me know with a yes or no, is do you find that people are drawn to you and you are a good listener and people always say to you, I feel much better after our chat? Because for me, that tells me that you are sort of like a natural healer. People like being in your presence and you sort of put them at ease. You do listen to people's conversations. You're not the sort of person that wants to jump in quickly to sort of speak before a person's finish their conversation. You do listen to what people have to say, and then you think about it, and then you give your advice. And that advice, I feel, has always been well received with you. So I do feel that you do give good advice, and people do listen to you. So and people feel better being around you. So that is sort of like the healer, the listener, the person that is there. And it's like you hold them in a space, you give them support, and people feel that support. And I feel also that people have said to you, I thought of you and I felt calmer. So I feel here, if you've, it might be something to think about if you haven't already, think about that healing journey. And I wouldn't tell anybody to do anything that they don't want to do, but there is the healer within you, I have to say. And do you know what? I'm not saying go to churches or centers, because I feel that you're also young people, I feel. And obviously I don't know how old you are, but I feel that youngsters have always been drawn to you. It's like you get people very quickly. You understand their psyche. You know, and you also know when people need to talk. So I feel that you might send a text, pick up the phone and say, I was just thinking about you and I decided to give you a call. So there's that healer within you. I also feel the other word I want to draw here is sometimes you hesitate. You're very good at helping others, but you hesitate to do things for yourself. But I also feel that your home is very important to you. Oh, you're 52. Oh, well, you're still a young girl, Sean. You're still young. That's fine. But I also feel here that your home is very important to you. It's like your place. And you're very welcoming within your home. People feel comfortable within your home. It's got a nice energy. And it's like what you see is what you get. I feel that you say that to people, but I feel that you would share your last Rolo with somebody. And if somebody came round, banged on your door when you were cooking dinner, you'd make it stretch, because that's the sort of person you are. I feel that you people, you're a lady that likes the kitchen. I feel that, everybody goes to the kitchen at parties. I feel that you love to be at parties, you love to be with people, but you like to be busy. You're a busy person. You like to be busy, you like to be doing. And I feel here, oh, you always say that, okay. I also feel I have a lady that draws close to me from the spirit world, and I feel that this is your grandmother. And I feel here it's all about the grands today, but I feel that you're like her. I feel that you're like your grandmother. And I want to say it's your maternal grandmother, so I think it's grandmother's on a mother's side here. And I just feel that you sort of learned to her apron strings. That's what I feel. I feel that you listened to your grandmother, and you used to listen to between the banter with your grandmother and her friends. I feel that your grandmother had sisters, and they used to come round and they would sort of talk, and you would sort of like listen to what they'd say, and you'd smirk as a kid, and you come out with the old sayings like your gran did. Actually, Sean, I want to say that you and I are very much on the same wavelength here, because I've now started sounding like my mum and my grandmother, and I think this is what you do as well. But I feel here that you've always had a great respect for faith and belief, because I'm drawn here to the word heaven. So I do feel that you actually talk about heaven, and you have a really lovely way of explaining heaven to youngsters. And I feel that you just understand life, and you understand people, and people respect that, but you don't take any nonsense either. And you actually are very honest, and honesty is the best policy where you're concerned, because that was also your grandmother's way. Honesty was the best policy here. And I know, see, it would have to come out, the cooking here. I don't know if it's you or your grandmother, but I know a fruit cake is being made with glacé cherries and other bits and pieces, other mixed fruit going in as well. So I feel that she's making this old batter mix here for the cake. And I've got like one of those old-fashioned cookers with, I mean, now it's all mod cons, but I just feel that it would have had the grill at the top, and it would have had the proper cooker with the stove, the hob on the top, and like a proper cooker with an oven. So I just feel that she just wants to step forward to be remembered to you. And she's just such a lovely lady. And she says, I'm around, I'm keeping a check on things. And you've become very much the strength, you've become the linchpin, I want to say, within the family. And you keep everything, you hold everybody down. And I feel that sometimes, would you also understand where someone around you or someone in the family likes to get a little bit heated, or to get a little flies off the handle, or gets a little bit agitated quite quickly, and you calm them down. You've got this wonderful healing and this wonderful calming influence around them. So please take your grandmother's love, but also she wants you to be happy. She wants you to be happy. She's saying, be happy in all that you do. And I feel it was the simple things in life that pleased your grandmother, sitting down with the family. So she is a really, really lovely lady. And home is where the heart is. It was where her heart was, and it's where your heart is. And she loves you to bits. So thank you for working with me. And I hope that made sense. Okay. So here we have, right. Okay. So we go to Facebook. Who we got on Facebook, Richard? Are you still there? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So now I'm doing it a bit. I know I've got a gentleman draws close to me. Thank you, Tony, for sharing. So out of the ones on that Richard's just read out, can they hear you say that, Richard, or not? No. Can you? Because I just want to let them know who if you can say that again, because I just want to
Yeah, I can say that again. What I'm doing, I'm just reading out names from the last 1 minute. So I got
right.
Cheryl, I got Kim, I got Mag, I got Kerry Ann, I got Tony, I got Amanda, Cheryl, uh, Trevor. They're the ones that are coming at the top, and Margie as well has just come
Okay.
in, and Amanda, Natalie Bentley.
Okay. Right, lovely. So I feel I'm going to be drawn to one of the ladies. Sorry, Trevor, but I know that I've got a gentleman here, and I feel he's a husband or partner. So I know it's a romantic relationship. So if any of you ladies can understand a partner or husband in the spirit world, I feel that he steps forward. I know that he passed with a cancer condition, but I also feel he would have had issues with his chest too, and he just steps forward. And I don't feel here that it's not a long passing. He hasn't been in the spirit world that long, and also he's talking about grief. Remember, we spoke about grief earlier, everyone. So he's coming in and he's talking about grief. So I feel that he wants to just to let you know that he's all right, as our loved ones do, but he just wants to talk about here the relationship that you had. And I feel that he loved his family, but I also feel he loved to he loved to enjoy outings, holidays, getting dressed up. He liked to do things. He was very much of an active man. He liked to do things. So the ones that Richard's read out, does that make sense to you? Okay, just over you go. He had chest ins. Okay, Amanda, let me and Maggie can understand that as well. Yeah, right. Okay. So would you understand the holidays? Because he's showing me sort of, and I feel it was abroad. I feel he loved the coast, and I feel that there's some lovely pictures of the two of you dressed up, like you're going to a bit of a do. And he just wants to step forward, because I feel that there's someone here that is still struggling with that grief, and struggles to when they start talking about things. And I think something happened at Christmas where you started to talk about something. Right, okay, Amanda, let me work with you then, if you can take it all. It's like you can't speak. It's like the grief is still stuck in your throat, and you're wanting to move forward. And he's laughing because he's saying that you always try to make it best for everybody else. You always try to put a lid on how you're feeling, because you put everybody else's emotions before your own. And he's just saying, I'm okay. I still love you. And he just wants you to remember the good times. And he said, if I could give you, all right, okay. We went on holidays both abroad and in this country at least once a month. Fabulous, because I know that he absolutely loved going away. He loved the relaxation, and I just feel that he loved the time that you spent together. I also want to say that he was a very sort of tactile man. He would have held your hand and told you that he loved you. He would have done an impromptu cuddle when you were in the kitchen. And you would say, "Oh, I look a mess," and he'd be very complimentary, shall we say. But I also feel that he liked to dance, because I can see the two of you sort of dancing. I'm not saying that he was amazing, but I just feel that he loved to get up, and he loved music. And I feel that he loved live music as well, because I can see drums and live music here as well. So he's coming, he's he's saying, I've got the word companion here, and I know that he was your soulmate, your companion, and it's like you've lost something, and he knows that. And he's saying, but he wants you to do all those things that we used to do. Go out for walks, book a holiday. Somebody said to you over Christmas about going away, and you were going, "Oh, I can't because it won't be the same." And he's saying, "No, it won't be the same. It'll be different." But he said, "It'll do you good. It will do you good to get away. It will do you good to actually do something different." I feel that it's either some family members or some girlfriends have said, and you've sort of gone, "No, no." And he said, "It's time for you, only if you want to, Amanda, but he wants you to book that holiday, because he doesn't want you to sit indoors." He's saying that you've had a lot of compassion from people. People have been there for you. And he's talking about friends and family. I feel that neighbours either side have been really good and supportive, and he blesses them for that. Because I do feel he was quite a guy that everybody knew him, and always had good things to say about him, because he was always helpful. He was considerate. So he's just coming here with a great deal of love, and he's just coming here with a great deal of love, and he wants you to book that holiday, because I can feel that holiday brochure being opened up. And he's just saying, I go down in this time of year. Um, this time of year, he'd either send you out to the travel agents, or he'd come back himself with the brochures, because I feel he liked to actually open the brochures and see the pictures. And he'd sort of like earmark things with post-its. Let's go here, let's go there. And he had subscriptions to holiday companies as well. I feel that he really wanted to live life to the full, and he wants you to do the same. So I hope that helps you for 2025 because he's sending you so much love. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Okay. So we're going to go to YouTube now. Okay. So Richard, who have we got on YouTube?
Me, 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 and me.
Oh, you. Oh,
Just me. There's no one else. It's just me on there.
really?
No. Let's have a quick. So, guys who are on YouTube, start saying hello so then I can have a list. So far, I can only see Melanie, Jan, A. So, if you are on YouTube, please tap away and say hello. It's sort of thing. If you're on TikTok and you're wondering what's going on and thinking what is happening, we are now streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok simultaneously. So if you are watching on TikTok or Facebook, you should see their name on screen and what platform they are from. If you are on
Absolutely.
TikTok, please, please, can you follow our lovely Karen Wood? So it's Karen.Wood940, because then she can come on, do lives, and try and get to as many people as she can. We've got Sam B on YouTube as well, who's come up and said
Okay.
hello.
Well,
They've all
let's
gone
go to
quiet on there.
let's go to Sam B because this will be let's
Sam
go to
B.
Sam B. Yes, let's see. Hello, Sam. Nice to see you. You always send such lovely, pretty emojis with the tulips and the flowers here. So oh, and I've do you know what? This is a good one because it's all the whys. So we've got yes, you, yippee, which I absolutely love. I love that. Yesterday and yield. So do you know what, Sam? I want to start off with yesterday because I feel here. I don't know if you like the Beatles or if somebody around you likes the Beatles, but I've got the song in my mind yesterday, and it's one of my favourite songs. And it's a little bit melancholy, but it has quite a nice meaning to it as well. And I've got the saying here, we can't do anything. Yesterday was um, we can't change what happened yesterday. And I just feel here that a lady just steps forward, and that's the sort of thing that she would say. You can't change what happened yesterday. You can only deal with today. And I feel that she was a very thoughtful lady. And I get the sense, I want to say mum, grandmother. And the reason I feel if she's not mum and she's your grandmother, I feel that she had quite a big influence on your life. But she wants me to talk about some of these words here. So I feel that she wants you to look at 2025 in a different light. She wants you to now I feel that she's making me aware here that you're a bit of a list girl. So I feel that you write a list. She's talking about lists. So I know that you make lists, and she says sometimes all these things on the list sometimes don't always get done. But I feel that she also used to write lists as well. And oh, absolutely, this is what I just feel. I want grandmother, mum, but I just feel that this lady was very much she was very much like a mum, a very strong maternal influence here. And you would listen to her because she's making me aware that there was times when you wouldn't listen to people, but you'd listen to her because she had a way of talking to you that she would get through to you. And this is why she's come through today, because she wants you to think about the things that you want to do. Now, I said we were talking about earlier the New Year's resolutions. We were talking about maybe achievements that you want to do. And she's just saying she wants you to go for this year. She wants you to enjoy this year. And she just wants you to do that. Now, she's also making me aware here that she was a lady that suffered in her physical body. So I feel she had pain, but she didn't, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. She wouldn't have been one to sort of show how she was actually feeling. And I just feel that she's saying, you're a little bit like that. She says she's laughing. She's saying, I probably taught you a bit too well. Not always to share keep something back. She's saying, but you're keeping a lot back. you're even keeping things back from yourself, if that makes sense, because you're sort of and I feel also that she was around a lot. She was a big influence on your youth, which is and she changed your outlook when you were younger. She changed your thought process. She changed the way that you saw things, to do with family, to do with life. I feel that she made you think about things in a different way. And she could calm you down. So I don't know if you were a little bit feisty, that you were a little bit feisty when you were younger, and she wanted you to channel that sort of feistiness into something positive. But she's saying here that now, and I know you've just said about the nursing, but I just feel that you looked after her, or right, you have the knack of knowing when someone is not actually being honest with you. They're saying that they feel okay when they're not. And this is because you always knew when she wasn't well. And you've got that knack to know when the face is saying one thing, but your instincts and your feelings are telling you another. And she's saying that this will hold you in good stead with your work. And she wants you to follow your instincts with your work and don't always follow the crowd. She's saying, yes, you have to go through your procedures and all things like that. She understands that. But she's saying your healing ability, your natural healing ability, will make you stand out from the crowd within your nursing ability. It's almost like when science and the wonderful power of healing meet. And this is when the true power of healing happen, because you have the knowledge of the science, you have the knowledge of what's going on, and obviously the knowledge of what medications to give, but you also have the knowledge of a person's state of mind, and you also suss out when that person is not always telling the truth. And she's saying, mold those two together, and you will be an absolutely fantastic nurse. And she just wants you to go strength to strength. And she's saying, I know you get a little bit struggly with, you struggle a little bit with sometimes all the theory, and you have to go over it and over it to keep it in your mind. But she's saying, you will work on this. And she's saying, don't panic. Don't panic. You need to just calm it down so that it sits right. And if you have to read it 10 times, you have to read it 10 times. But also going back to the lists, you sort of do bullet points and things that will help you with your essays or with your questions that you have to do. But she's also saying there's something that you've got to do where you've got to speak, where you've got to be, it's like a verbal exam where you're going to be on the spot with something where you've got to work verbally. And that's when she's going to come in and give you her help. And she's going to be by your side from the world of spirit. So just know that she's going to be around you when that time comes. And thank you for working with me. There you go. So I hope that makes sense. Oh dear, what a busy morning, everyone. Oh, technology wise, all the messages and the positivity, all the chats, Richard popping in and telling us about Richard's NASA station, and all our wonderful friends that have joined us from TikTok as well. So we've got a new branch to the family. Isn't that wonderful, Richard? A new branch to the family, don't you think?
And more like a bloody nightmare, but yeah.
Oh, Sam's just said yes, she's doing the thing. See, your grandmother knows, Sam. Your grandmother knows. So just keep calm. She's there. Keep calm and carry on, as they say. So there you go. I don't know. Thank you, Tony, for doing some hearts on TikTok. Now, unfortunately, we have come to the time to say goodbye. So I'm just going to remind you about all the wonderful things that are going on in SPTV land this week. So we've got Deb Clark tonight at 7 o'clock. No show on Tuesday. Richard needs a rest from NASA. Wednesday, Jordan Richards at 7 o'clock. And then on Thursday, we have Ashley Oliver, all at 7 o'clock. So
UK time.
stay tuned. UK time, that is. Of course, I keep forgetting that because we're global as well as all the channels. So, gosh, we are like NASA, aren't we? So there you go. Anyway, thank you so much to Kiri for her positive thoughts, to our wonderful Kate May. Thank you to Richard for all the technology. And thank you to all of you on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And I look forward to getting to know you all throughout the coming year. So, as Richard said, please find me on YouTube, on TikTok, and you can like my page. I put up adverts, and if I get enough followers, I might even go live. You never know. Or I might even go live when Richard goes live. You never know that as well. So it's watch this space, because it's onward and upward for us all for 2025. So
Don't
thank
forget,
you.
you'll tell them you'll be back next Monday yourself.
And I will be back here next Monday. Not sure if I've got a guest with me yet, but let's watch this space. But I will keep you posted. I'm also on Facebook as well. Oh, that's lovely, Amanda. I'm so pleased you enjoyed that reading. It's really been fabulous, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous about going solo, but I've really, because I do like having people to share the space with. But it's been lovely to share the space with Richard and with all of you across the 3 channels. So I will be back same time, same channels next week at 10:30. So have a wonderful week, and I hope that you can start your week off with me on the SPTV Start Your Day morning show, and you've enjoyed it and it's giving you a bit of oomph. And we'll be back same time next week with more questions, more cards, more readings, and we'll see how we get on. So it's have a wonderful week, and it's goodbye from me. Lots of love. Bye.